Hello and welcome to Love Advice TV. What to do when your ex tells you that they don't love you anymore. How to respond to a comment like this, and does it mean that there is absolutely no hope, or is there something else going on? We will address all of this in today's podcast video. Welcome to all of you that are listening to us wherever you listen to your podcasts, and welcome to all of you who are watching us on YouTube on Love Advice TV. I am joined by the one and only Coach Alex Calmo. Thank you, brother. Thank you for joining me and doing this again together.
Yes. Thank you, Coach Adrian, because I know that this is a very important topic. What to do when your ex is telling you that they don't love you anymore, and they will repeat it even if you ask questions, even if you make them remember the last memories, the beautiful moments, the amazing connection, everything that you shared. They will be stubborn and they will tell you, I don't love you anymore. I want to tell you that this is a situation that we see all the time in private coaching, because you're hurt, because you're hopeless, and because you don't know what to do and how to react. Before to tell you what are the actions, what you need to do, before we tell you what are the steps that you can implement, I want to make sure that you know that you have a lot of chances. It is not the end of the relationship. It is not. So this is why you need to make sure that you will not let the emotion get the best out of you, create fears, and make you think that you will not be able to get your ex back. That's why we do videos. That's why you need to share, to smash the like button, and to subscribe to Love Advice TV.
Every breakup, in some way, shape, or form, an individual has to justify their decision for ending the relationship. And many times, the way by which they justify that decision is by telling you that they don't love you anymore. Of course, it is devastating to hear. Of course, you are extremely hurt and you feel rejected and you don't understand how can someone just stop loving another person from one day to the next. And so usually that leads you to start to either ask tons of questions or to seek their reassurance and their validation to try to make them love you again. And by doing that, you're putting them on a pedestal and you're putting yourself in a position of vulnerability that will actually push them further and further and further away. And like Coach Alex said, every week in private coaching sessions, I support clients who have heard a variation of that statement and that comment. Sometimes it's not true. It's not that they don't love you anymore. It's that they're saying what they think that you need to hear in order to stop trying to change their mind. Other times, they feel like they don't love you anymore, but in reality, it's just that they are no longer happy with the dynamic, with the turn that their life has taken, or simply because they have lost the spark or the joy that they felt initially during the early stages of the relationship. What can you do when you hear a partner say that they don't love you anymore?
I think the first action is to not take it personally. Because as you mentioned, Coach Adrian, most of the time, I don't love you means I'm not happy. I'm not happy with the dynamic. I'm not happy with the routine. I'm not happy with the lack of sex. I'm not happy with the situation. But because I'm not able to communicate, to maybe pinpoint what is very important, I would just use the common sentence, I don't love you, or I love another person, or I'm not in love anymore. What you need to do is to not take it personally, but to understand what went wrong in the situation. Because you were lovers. You were very in love. You were meant to be together. What happened? Is it the codependency? Is it the routine? Is it the lack of attraction? Is it maybe, the situation because the life is sometimes not easy? You can feel, stress at work, so you come with the stress at home. All of these questions that you need to keep in mind will help you identify why do they think that they are not in love again or that they don't love you. So don't take the things personally. It's not about you. It's about the situation between the two of you. Most of the time, what I see, Coach Adrian, is that your partner is taking you for granted. Mm. Your partner doesn't feel that they need to reattract you and surprise you. So maybe you're a little bit needy or available. That will be the situation I see. What could be another action, Coach Adrian, to do when you hear that the person you love the most is not in love or loving you anymore?
You need to make this a challenge to you. This person says they don't love you anymore. You need to see this as a call to action for you to start to live your best life again. Somewhere along the lines, you probably lost yourself to the relationship. If you hear those words, it means that perhaps you stopped inspiring them the same way that you used to at the very beginning of the relationship. And you need to show this person that you can be independent, that you can be social, that you can be happy, that you can be motivated, that you can be driven to accomplish things that are meaningful to you, not to just show them off or not to just get back at them, but to really regain a sense of independence and a sense of self-worth and self-validation. Because as you focus on achieving all of those things, they are quickly going to realize that they had taken you for granted. They're quickly going to realize that life without you is actually way worse than life with you, because it is in human nature to take what we have for granted. And so the best way to take quick steps to turn things around is by investing yourself fully into living a life that you are proud of.
And you can do it right now. I know you will be scared. I know you want to communicate with your ex, and I know you want to ask questions. But every time you do these steps, you're giving them attention instead of give yourself attention. And so you have to realize that we have been doing coaching for myself 15 years. We have helped hundreds of thousands of people with our programs. So the no contact and the distance and the push and pull are very powerful. So if you want to learn more about the push and pull, you have a very specific live masterclass that I have done. It's a recording, but it lasts for more than 1 hour just to understand how to reverse the situation. It is in the description box right below. So I want to tell you that getting back with an ex that says that they don't love you anymore, it is 100% possible when you focus on yourself. It is 100% possible when you change things with yourself. So we know that we can be visual, so you can change the way you dress, change your haircut, just to try to show that you're doing things for yourself. Also, the new activities will be very important. And I will ask you to go out and to socialize, because I have realized with time that the challenge that Coach Adrian mentioned is also part of how many people will you meet. How can you socialize more? How can you go out more? Because most of the time we do things just by ourselves or just, with a close friends. When we open up, we show that person that we are not that available or needy. It's all part of the push and pull, but it is something that will recreate so much love and so much attention that your partner will not tell you anymore that they don't love you.
A lot of times when this question is addressed in coaching session, the question that comes up is there still hope? Because they've told me that they don't love me anymore. Will they ever love me again? And this is at the heart of what we do. And you need to stop giving them so much credit. And their word is not as perhaps strong as you are making it out to be, because this is a person that was into you not too long ago, that loved you, and that was projecting a future with you. So the dynamic change one way, it can change another way if you put the right steps in place, if you're able to detach and to really avoid the common mistakes that people make, forcing the issue and trying to cling on to a dynamic that perhaps has run its course for now until things change on your end, to inspire them to evolve as well.
And you have to know that they think that they're in a position where they have the control. They have the decision. They decide. So the moment you will start to challenge them, they will immediately feel that there is something wrong, because in their mind, you would chase them, you would call them, you would ask them out, you would tell them how much you love them, and so they would push you away. But the moment you stop doing the mistakes, the moment you start implementing the push and pull method with the challenge, you will see that your ex will start to recognize how much you can change, how much you're not that available, and of course, what they are losing right now. So the hope in this question, do I have a chance to get my ex back? No, you have no chance because you're focusing on them. But if you ask us, okay, do you think I can reattract my ex? Do you think I can just make them feel that they are losing me? The answer is yes. And this is what we do every single day.
You know that this is possible. You understand that you were not your best self and that there are some things that you can improve. And the breakup is an opportunity for you to do that. Stop seeking their validation. We're not trying to get them to tell you that they love you again. We're trying to get you to be proud of the person that you have become. And we're asking you to focus on that process because it will impact the way that they see you, the way that they feel about you, and ultimately, it will enable you to repair the relationship in a very organic way without chasing after someone that tells you that they don't want to be with you. We are here. Our team is here to support you. We have tons of resources. Coach Alex pointed one of the resources out in the link below. But we have tons of resources, and we're also here in private coaching if you need that extra support.
So we will do as much as we can. Remember that there is this more than 1 hour, just special masterclass on push and pull technique. It is in the description box right below. There is the private coaching on withmyexagain.com/coaching, because the goal is to not listen. And I want to make sure that you will jot that on a piece of paper. Never listen to your ex words if you want to get them back. You know, when I first started to date, when I was a teenager, I was thinking, okay, maybe I can ask a woman what she wants. I will do it for her. It never worked. You cannot ask someone how to attract them, how to regain their trust, how to rebuild attraction, anything. We have to create. So make sure that you don't listen to their words, because that is your biggest mistake. You are just following their wish, and this is just too easy. They don't feel the challenge. They don't feel the spark. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you need to make sure that you will change that by thinking that if you listen to them, you will screw your chances to show them what they can lose. And we have done it since 2007. It is working. We can do it together. Make sure to smash the like button and subscribe either on YouTube or any podcast platform that you like.
Keep fighting the good fight and let us know what other questions you want us to address, how we can continue to be of support, and it will be our pleasure to provide you with that guidance and that content that you so desire. So take good care and see you soon.
Bye, guys.